situations today, got in the red zone, got in the third down, got in a little bit of 2-minute. So a lot of different thinking for him today, different from last week, a lot of some of the review from last week, some of the new stuff in today in those situations and all good. But for the most part, some good and bad both sides. We got to learn. We got to get in those situations and understand how to practice what's going on, and not disappoint in effort or mental. Just got to crispen things up about where I thought we'd be right now. But another good solid practice. Questions?
Jimbo, one of the people we did see at practice today was Matthew Thomas.
Who else did you see? You guys don't even pay attention. Vickers wasn't there either. Not one of y'all do it. No, they're both sick. They're both sick. How come you miss Vickers?
I think you heard the second person you say said Vickers was also out.
Yeah, he was. They're both sick. Like 2-5 the other day. Keep away from him. Got the bug.
Saw Alexander Marshall with something on his hand.
No, watch him. He got a finger. He caught a ball the other day and split a finger. Had to get an operator on it. It's going to be probably 4, 5, 6 weeks. He was doing really good too. Just caught a ball and did something to his finger and had to put a couple pins in it. Good catch.
Saw Josh miss practice on Sunday.
Who?
Josh Sweat was out of practice on Sunday. Did he return today?
Practice all day. We'll give him days off every so often. We'll give him somebody, like some of these guys have surgery before, like we give Dickerson. We'll give him a day off. We'll give, who else? Everly. We'll give Everly a day off every now and then. Like every 4 or 5 practices, you got to give him a day just so we don't overuse that kind of stuff from those guys that was things in the past. We've always done it.
Right down here, right?
He practiced day by day.
Jimbo, is Dickerson working at tackle something?
Nah, not a lot. I mean, we'll do them out there because when we go 1s and 3s, 2s and 4s, we're going to get so many linemen to get the other 2s in. They got, it's like, not quite 10 on each side. So you have to spot those guys in. Like you got a guard, you split the tackles, take too many reps, so we'll move them out there to play. And it's good, that's where they can learn the position of what the guy beside them does. So all the guys end up being multiple because you don't have 20 guys. You know what I'm saying? You don't have 20 scholarship linemen.
What are some of the things that you're seeing from first line 2-man offense?
Good 2-man. I mean, understanding the situation, ran it very well. Got calls, was crisp. Tempo was good as far as, especially the first day, getting that understanding, you know what I mean, and what he had to do, and being smart with the ball, and not making careless plays, and give us a chance all the way to the end. You know what I mean? And just playing the situation. I was very happy the situations of just how he played it, just mentally.
Saw Tamorian make some nice plays out there on Sunday. What's he doing? Tamorian, Terry?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's growing and getting better and better. This guy learns well, big, he's athletic, he can run, got really good ball skills. I mean, really good ball skills, and I think he has a great ceiling now. I mean, this guy's he's coming pretty quick too. Play pretty well.
Seems like he has a high motor too.
He does now. And DJ did too. I know DJ pulled a hammy, but those first 5 or 6 days now, he was doing this. Those 2 young guys are doing an outstanding job and are learning. You know what I mean? Learning very well, picking things up. I mean, DJ moved him around a couple positions. I'm very happy and pleased with those guys.
So DJ came back today?
No. We're hoping because that hamstring one, even if you could probably practice some, I think it's better. I'm a guy on a hammy. Let's give it another day or 2 to make sure it fully heals because that thing can come back very quickly.
During media day,
I ain't seen a hamstring. That goes so skinny as all bone. I don't know what he did. But I tell you what, now he don't play that way.
During media day, I was talking to Matt Thomas, and he said he feels like he could be the best linebacker in the country. What are some things that are either preventing him or stopping him from kind of taking that?
Well, I think first was experience and never playing inside. He was always an outside guy in high school, which he's still probably a more natural outside guy. But learning to play inside, I mean, it's like a 4-way traffic stop, and he ended up missing that time. Then you saw the second half of the season, just get comfortable in his keys and reads and triggering faster. And then he's so athletic. I mean, he can just, as I say, suck him up, man. He can just close that gap in that space so fast. He tackles well, and he's got really good ball skills. And that's how he got his name was 6. Was he scored touchdowns so much, and he was an offensive guy, could catch and run and do all those things. So he's a very skilled linebacker, athletic. You know what I mean? So he can cover, he can catch the ball very well, and he's got good eyes and instincts. And he's so fast and athletic and strong. I mean, he's got all the tools to be a really good player.
I think we saw it in the Orange Bowl. I think he had like 15 times.
He did. I mean, you can see that burst, and he can explode. He's strong.
Are those stats? How's Logan Tyler looking in terms of just punting?
Okay, the punters have done a solid job. We've really gotten into it, and we'll start really coming at it really hard. Probably the next couple practices all the way through. But I mean, in the drills and things, they've done a good, solid job. Walk on Tommy Martin really kicking it good. He's been a really pleasant surprise.
Is that for, I mean,
30, yes, kicking the ball, both of them, be kicking the ball, punting the ball.
Where's he from? No, it's
Virginia.
Are the running backs more similar or more different? All the running backs.
That's an interesting question. Some things are, some things they aren't. They're similar in this way. They're very natural with the football. They have good eye discipline, excellent speed, really strong. I mean, really strong guys. Have really good balance, body control, good change of direction. For fast guys, sometimes you don't always have that, you know what I mean? But then they catch the ball well, and I'm gonna tell you what's impressed me a lot about all of them. They're very physical in their blocking and pass blocking. I mean, those guys are put together, you know what I'm saying? They got that good base at, whether it's 5'10" to 5'11", 6, you know what I mean? It's all good size, but real sound, good legs. I mean, they have some little things about them that are a little different, but they're all, I mean, pretty talented.
I mean, Jack West is taller, but the other one, and they all almost look very similar.
They're all probably 5'10" to 6 foot. Maybe he's a contract, maybe a hair over 6. I don't know if he is or not. But you're right, they're very similar. Build sizes all from even Amir. You know what I'm saying? Amir's he don't look. He's 205, 6 pounds. I mean, he's a good sized guy. They're all just very compact.
Is that thickness something you guys look for, or is
Well, I mean, it is if you get it, but at the same time, we thought the best guys that we really liked. But size, it does, when you're taking pounding and leverage and balance, and you go think of a lot of your great backs, a lot of them were built like that.
Jimbo, what's next for Brian Burns to kind of build on what he did last year as a rookie?
Well, I think just learn to be a complete player, learning to get better at what he does there, but I think also he's got the ability to drop and cover and do some things in the second. Man, that guy's an athlete now. I mean, he's an athlete. I mean, he can cover you and run with you and understand zone. And when you go back there, man, he's got that long wingspan. You're talking about a guy 6'5", almost got a 7-foot wingspan. You're talking about when he's coverage in coverage, knocking balls, whether it's zone, man, things like that. Just completely, being a complete player and just understanding the game, situations, playing faster because of processing information, recognizing formation, recognizing alignment stance. Is it pass stance? Is it run stance? All those little things that just come with experience that you do more and more.
And Jalen Wilkerson at the end, I guess, what have you seen from him?
I tell you what, he changed his body, got strong, big, playing the run. I'm telling you, transition to pass rush, is running pretty good. He's giving us some really quality play there, and he'll be a good guy for us there.
Brad Long was saying Sunday.
I'm sorry?
Brad Long was saying Sunday that Joshua Keenan, he said, has everything to kind of be a really good player in the division to be kind of next to Marcus. So when you look at Kane over a week so far, what was he's kind of stood out for you in terms of his skill set and just kind of
you see the athlete, you see the size and length. You see a very intelligent kid. I mean, very, very intelligent kid. Learns well. He's really even loosened his hips up from the spring. Even a lot more loose than that. And the athleticism is bending better, which allows you to turn the corner and some of those things. He got stronger, and he's learning. He's learning to play.
Burns was saying that hey, he thinks back when he was a freshman, he really didn't listen to Marcus that much. Whereas with Cato, he said Cato's a guy who listens and absorbs things. Is that something you've noticed?
Just a personality trait. He's a very quiet kid and he's very attentive, much more of a listener and watcher. But then when he speaks, I mean, he speaks really well. He's intelligent when he does. He just, one of those easygoing kids who has to play, but he does a good job of learning it from everybody.
Jimbo, what do you want to see from your team out of this next practice?
Same thing, consistency, getting better, understanding situational football, transitioning, playing great fundamentals, like I said, when the offense makes a play, make it because it's a really good play because you played it right on defense. And on defense, if you make a sack or break a pass up because they ran the great route, blocked you well, you just made a good play. I think the consistency level and continuing the physicality. You know what I'm saying? You got to continue to be physical and be able to block and tackle. I mean, the fundamentals of blocking and tackling.
Do you ever look back on film and say, maybe I shouldn't have scolded this player here, that was a great play?
I'm sorry?
During practice, when somebody makes a great play like that, do you ever look back on film and say, hey, maybe I shouldn't have said that to a player, it was just a great play, it wasn't a bad play?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I'll see something on the field and see something happen and come back on the field and jump on something and say, listen, on that play, I was totally wrong. I didn't see that. On film, I see why you did that. I apologize. Say it all the time. If I'm wrong.
So Jimbo, overall, you were happy with the way they came back after?
Yeah, I mean, they have a good attitude and a good demeanor about it. They really do. Really did. And we had transition there. We were on the field, had to go inside, like a lightning delay, then we transitioned back outside. And that sounds like it shouldn't bother you, but anytime you change kids and they got to do this and they got to do that, that all matters. And they transitioned pretty well. That's like you may have a lightning delay in the game,
Does that all go back to the maturity?
I think so. I think maturity and hunger just eliminating, the things that shouldn't matter, they don't let matter. You know what I mean? I mean, we're still working on it. You always work on that as a team. I mean, that's something that you always have to, but I think they have a good mindset that way. And this team is good about when you say things to them, it clicks. It's an intelligent team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they process what you're trying to say.
Do you have plans to have a scrimmage?
I'm sorry?
Do you plan to scrimmage this week?
Yeah, Sunday.
Sunday?
It's like some of the players, really enjoy having the fans out there, rooting them on, those type of.
Heck yeah, kids always like attention. You know a kid doesn't like attention? Somebody tell them how much they love them? No, but they do. They appreciate the fans. I'm sure the fans appreciate them, especially the kids, the little kids, you know what I mean, and all that. But those kids, they love the fans and the interaction. They really do.
How competitive?
We got very personable kids. You know what I'm saying? Really are.
How competitive are the wide receivers and the DBs when they go
Extremely.
against each other?
Extremely.
More so than maybe even a normal Florida State group, or is it? They're always pretty competitive.
We've had some that've been pretty good. I mean, but this group is up. I mean, it gets because there's good players in both groups. They both got a lot of pride. You know what I mean? I'll get you. I'll get you. I'll get you back. You know what I'm saying? That's the way games are. You got to battle back, and they're getting after it now.
And you got a couple of notorious talkers with Derwin and Nooney. Do you like that they kind of get their?
I was a talker.
Yeah.
When I played, I was. I mean, but if it doesn't distract how you play, here's what some guys talking helps them. I mean, it's not derogatory, got to be stupid, but you ain't got to sit there and take somebody from somebody. You ain't got to let people intimidate. I mean, that's the way of the world. But at the same time, just so it does not get you out of your game. You know what I'm saying? You still got to go play. Hey, we'll go. Come on, let's get after it. You know what I mean? Let them talk, because part of it is getting in people's head, letting them know and all that. That's part of athletics. That's part of sports. I mean, who they say in the NBA was two of the biggest ever? Larry Bird and Jordan. And those guys tell you they're going to cut you in half. You know what I mean? I'm going to get 50 tonight, baby. You're in trouble. You know what I mean? And they would go do it. I mean, that's part of sports. That's part of competition. But it can't be derogatory or unclassic and get you out of your game. You know what I'm saying?
But they do it in practice with their teammates, and you like that.
I'll create whatever creates competition, and you stay classic. That gets you out of your game. If it makes you compete better, I'm all for you. I'll talk with you.
Were you a good talker? Yeah.
I talked so fast I couldn't understand. Couldn't keep up. I was getting 3 jabs through 1. See, I was like Muhammad. Bam, bam, bam.
Now, Coach, when the talking goes too far, are you the one that steps in
I do.
and wait for the players?
When it gets derogatory and against the team, and you see it getting personal, and it gets to somebody, and it does happen at times. No, because what if the opponent does that to you? Now, also, it's good preparation because you're going to play people who do it. You got to learn to process that stuff. I mean, somebody talking in your ear, hey, it's big boy ball. I mean, you got to play. I mean, you got to process that, and then we'll set up there this week. If that's going to be, go sit down. If you're going to hurt the team by going, getting mad, wanting to fight or do something, go sit down. You can't take it. I mean, that's part of the game. I can't tell the opponents what to do. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not. But just so it's not derogatory or unclassy or affect the way you play.